What's up, YouTube? This your boy, Big Boy Facts Johnny, and tonight I'm gonna do my WWE Wrestlemania Backlash review. And highlights you guys new. Hit that like button, helps YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. And let's get started. Now, WWE Wrestlemania Backlash was a pretty good show. It was not a bad show. It was just a pretty good show for what it was. So we're kicking things off with the kickoff show. Backstage, Dolph Ziggler and Rivalry attack Dominic Mysterio. Then we get an in-ring segment. Sheamus says he issued more open challenge than anyone ever. Sheamus says a title opportunity is earned, not given. Sheamus' title won't be on the line, but he is issuing another open challenge. Ricochet answers the call. So we get Sheamus versus Ricochet. It says, as soon as the bell rings, Ricochet lands a dropkick. Ricochet is all over Sheamus. Sheamus floors Ricochet with a clothesline. Sheamus tosses Ricochet all over the ring. Ricochet tries to fire up, but he quickly cut off. Sheamus lands a nasty Irish curse backbreaker. 10 beats of the battering by Sheamus. Sheamus gives Ricochet an Irish smile. Ricochet fires up and lands a few strikes. Springboard clothesline by Ricochet. Ricochet lands a running shooting star followed by a springboard moonsault. Sheamus kick out. Ricochet surprised Sheamus with a backstabber. Ricochet lands a springboard 450. Sheamus kick out again. Ricochet missed a 630 but land on his feet. Ricochet avoids the bro kick. Ricochet rolls Sheamus up. Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus levels Ricochet with a knee tray member for the win. The winner of the match, Sheamus. After the match, Sheamus puts on his hat and coat and tries to cut a promo. Ricochet pulls Sheamus' coat around his arm so he can't move. Ricochet rips the hat off of Sheamus' head. Ricochet mocks Sheamus before pushing him out of the ring. Ricochet puts on Sheamus' coat and dances around the ring before Sheamus chases him off. Okay, let's move on. So we get the Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka in the triple threat match. Okay. As soon as the bell rings, Flair rolls out of the ring. Asuka and Ripley give chase. Rhea Ripley and Asuka double team Flair. Ripley attacks Asuka. Ripley whips Asuka into the ropes, which allows her to hip attack Flair off the apron. Roll up by Asuka. Ripley kicks out. Flair drags Asuka out of the ring and hits a suplex. Flair and Rhea Ripley jaw at each other. Flair knees Ripley in the gut. Body slam by Flair. Flair stomps Rhea Ripley in the corner. Asuka grabs Flair's leg, which allows Rhea Ripley to dropkick Flair off the apron. Ripley dropkicks Asuka too. Rhea Ripley walks out to the apron. Flair chop block Ripley on the apron. Flair works over Asuka. Asuka rolls Flair into a flying armbar. Flair gets to the ropes, but there are no rope breaks. Ripley breaks up the hole with a stomp. Everyone trades strikes. Asuka lands multiple German suplexes on Flair. Asuka gives Rhea Ripley a hip attack. Asuka unloads with kick after kick to Flair and Rhea Ripley. Asuka gets a near fall after a sliding knee to Flair. Missile drop kick by Asuka. Asuka lands a PK on the apron to Ripley. Flair knocks Asuka off the apron. Flair goes up top and hits a moonsault, taking out Asuka and Rhea Ripley at the same time. Flair goes up top. Ripley cuts her off. Asuka joins in. The pair double superplex Flair off the top. All three competitors trade strikes. Asuka and Ripley try to suplex Flair. Flair lands on her feet and chop blocks Ripley and Asuka at the same time. Flair hits a double natural selection. Flair tries to pin both Asuka and Rhea Ripley at the same time, but they both kick out. Everyone tries their finish finish. Flair lands a boot on Asuka but falls off the apron. Ripley hits the Riptide on Asuka for the win. The winner is still your Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, and I called it straight down the middle. Alright, let's move on. So we get backstage. The doctor tells Dominic that he isn't cleared to compete. Rey Mysterio says he'll go it alone. So we get SmackDown Tag Team Championship match: Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Alright, this was pretty good for what it was. As soon as the bell rings, Mysterio dumps Ziggler to the outside and gets a near fall on Roode. Mysterio slides through Roode's leg under the bottom rope to hit a splash on Ziggler as he is out on the floor. Roode attacks Mysterio from behind. Mysterio sends Roode into the ring post. Mysterio crushes Roode with a seated senton off the apron. Roode destroys Mysterio with a clothesline. Roode and Ziggler take turns working over Mysterio. Mysterio ends up trapped in a tree of wood. Roode and Ziggler assault Mysterio's knee. Mysterio falls out of the ring. Ziggler slams Mysterio's knee into padded concrete. Mysterio can't stand. Roode drags Mysterio out of the corner and continues to work over his leg. Roode and Ziggler hits a wheelbarrow, famous for a near fall. Roode slides Mysterio under the bottom rope into a super kick by Ziggler. Mysterio is almost counted out. Mysterio reverse a double suplex into a double DDT. Mysterio sends Roode and Ziggler into the post. Dominic walks down to the ring, holding his ribs. Dominic holds out his hand for the tag. Mysterio doesn't tag in Dominic. Ziggler drops Mysterio with a zigzag. Mysterio kicks out. Roode gut buster Mysterio. Mysterio kicks out. Roode sets up a move on the top rope. Mysterio reverses it into a bulldog off the top. Dominic tags himself in. Dominic lands a few strikes before running right into a spine buster from Roode. Ziggler and Roode hit an assist neckbreaker for a near fall. Ziggler calls for the super kick. Dominic counters with a super kick of his own. Dominic tags in Mysterio. Mysterio ends up eating a world backbreaker. Mysterio hits a 619 on Roode. Mysterio tags in Dominic. Mysterio slides under the ropes and hits a sunset bomb onto the barricade on Ziggler. Dominic hits a splash off the top for the win. The winner and new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. This was pretty good. Alright, let's move on to number 4. So we get backstage. John Morrison goes to the Lumberjacks locker room to tell it's in their best interest to help the Miz win. When Morrison opens the door, it's a bunch of zombies. Morrison walks away. Okay. Backstage, Jimmy Uso walks into Roman Reigns' locker room. Jay is sitting there. Jimmy says they should get their own locker room when they win the tag titles. Jimmy mocks Jay for carrying Reigns back. Roman walks in. Jimmy says he just wants to wish Reigns good luck because he's going to need it. Morrison finds Miz backstage and tells him the Lumberjacks are zombies. Miz bursts it off. So we get the Lumberjack match: The Miz versus Damian Priest. This match I did not looking forward to. It says smoke fills the arena and the zombies appear. Miz and Morrison call run around the ring. A zombie crawls from under the announcer desk. The entire announcer team runs away from ringside. Morrison runs away too. Miz falls through the ropes and ends up surrounded by zombies. The zombies try to grab Miz and Priest from outside the ring. Miz dumps Priest over the top. The zombies lunge for Priest. Priest beats the crap out of a few zombies. Miz crawls under the ring to avoid the zombies. Miz gets back in the ring and walks right into a lariat by Priest. Miz locks Priest in a figure 4. The zombies pull Miz and Priest out of the ring. Miz and Priest end up fighting back to back. Miz and Priest decides to work together. A huge zombie goes after Priest. Priest kicks the zombies in the head. Miz asks for a high five. Miz tries to sneak in a kick, but Priest blocks it. Broken arrow by Priest. Miz kick out. Morrison runs down to the ring. Morrison lands a head kick to Priest. Priest turns around and eats a running knee by Miz. Priest kicks out. Morrison fights zombies outside of the ring. Morrison eventually gets pulled behind the barricade by a bunch of zombies. Priest hits the lights on Miz for the win. The winner of the match, Damian Priest. After the match, the zombies rush the ring and I guess eats Miz. Okay then. That match was terrible. So then we move on. So we get backstage. Jay runs up on Jimmy and yells about Jimmy being a distraction. Jimmy reminds Jay that even with Jay's help, Reigns may lose the title tonight. Jimmy says Reigns' locker room door should stay Roman Reigns and his you know what. So we get the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. This match was good for what it was. It says Belair toss Bayley out of the ring. Bayley goes after Bianca Belair's hair. Bianca Belair almost takes Bayley head off and tells her not to touch her hair. Bayley and Belair do a series of drop down pin attempts. Belair hops up to the top rope and tells Bayley to kiss her butt. Drop kick by Belair. Belair tosses Bayley all over the ring. Belair tries a handspring moonsault, but Bayley moves out of the way. Belair leaps over Bayley outside the ring and lands a shoulder block. Belair sends Bayley back into the ring and hits her handspring moonsault for a near fall. Bayley grabs Belair's earring and tries to yank it out. Bayley whips Belair into the ring post. Bayley works over Belair. Belair surprises Bayley with a delayed suplex. Belair and Bayley fight outside the ring. Bayley hits a ground buster on the ring steps. Bayley suplexes Belair out on the floor. Bayley only gets a near fall. Bayley hits a spinning side slam for a near fall. Bayley knees Belair head into the turnbuckle. Bayley goes for a pin. Belair kicks out at 2 and launches Bayley clear out of the ring in the process. Bayley gets upset and unloads on Belair. Bayley laughs at Belair. Belair slaps Bayley in the face. Belair lands a flurry of strikes. Belair launches Bayley all over the ring. Drop kick by Belair. Bayley surprises Belair with a chop block. Bayley goes for the Rose plant, but Belair escapes and lands a spine buster. Bayley kicks out. Bayley elbows her way out of the kiss of death. Bayley clotheslines Belair. Bayley drops an elbow off the top. Belair kicks out again. Belair blocks Bayley turnbuckle drop kick. Bayley grabs Belair head and slams it into the ring post. Bayley tries a suicide dive, but Belair moves out of the way. Belair gram slams Bayley into the apron. Bayley kicks out. Bayley traps Belair in a backslide with her feet on the ropes. Belair kicks out. Bayley rolls up Belair and grabs the middle rope for leverage. The referee catches Bayley trying to cheat. Bayley blocks the referee's view and tries to claw out Belair's eyes. Belair is rather in pain. Bayley used Belair's hair to hit the ripcord. Bayley to bellies. Belair kicks out. Bayley tries to use Belair's braids for the rose plant, but Belair rolls up Bayley and uses her hair for the leverage to to hold Bayley down for the 3 count. The winner and still your SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. This match was good. This match was good for what it was. So we go to number 6. Alright, so we get WWE Championship Triple Threat match. Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. I'm so happy that Bobby Lashley retains the WWE Championship. I'm so happy. It says, Lashley asked McIntyre to team up with him. McIntyre just stared at Lashley. Strowman beats them both down. Lashley drops Strowman with a complete shot. McIntyre and Lashley stumps Strowman. McIntyre helps Lashley delay a vertical suplex Strowman. McIntyre and Lashley tear each other out. McIntyre hits an overhead throw on Lashley. Lashley and McIntyre fight outside the ring. Strowman dives off the apron and hits a double clothesline. Strowman drags Lashley back in the ring. Chokeslam by chokeslam. Lashley kicks out. Lashley escapes the power slam and almost tries Strowman in a hurt lock. McIntyre dives off the top and lands on Strowman and Lashley. McIntyre lands a few big moves on everyone. Lashley blasts Strowman with a nasty spine buster. Lashley launches McIntyre into the barricade. Lashley picks McIntyre up in a fireman's carry and runs his head into the ring post. Lashley hypes himself up. Lashley turns around and gets hit in the face with the ring steps by Strowman. Strowman hits Lashley with a step over and over again. McIntyre hits a claymore on Strowman out of nowhere. Strowman falls over the barricade. Lashley reverses McIntyre's suplex into one of his own on the ramp. McIntyre launches Lashley off the stage through the LED board. Strowman appears and runs over McIntyre. Strowman brings McIntyre back in the ring. Strowman lands a senton. McIntyre somehow lands a Mochoku driver on Strowman. Strowman kicks out. Strowman tries to fight train McIntyre, but McIntyre counters with the overhead throw. McIntyre tries a claymore, but Strowman catches McIntyre with a power bombs him through the Nazi desk. McIntyre lands another claymore. Lashley hops back in the ring and tosses McIntyre over the top. Lashley spears Strowman and pins him. It says the winner and still your WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. Thank God Bobby Lashley retained the WWE Championship. I'm so happy about him. Okay, let's move on. So we get backstage. Roman Reigns tells Jay to stay back. Jay says, "What if?" and Roman Reigns cuts him off. Reigns says Jay is starting to sound like his brother. So we get the Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns, accompanied by Paul Heyman, versus Cesaro. This main event was fantastic. Cesaro and Roman Reigns lock up. Neither man can get the advantage. The referee forced a clean break. Cesaro takes Roman Reigns down. Reigns gets frustrated and rolls out of the ring. Heyman tells Reigns he's the tribal chief. Reigns slowly gets back in the ring. Cesaro hits a springboard European uppercut. Cesaro goes for the swing. Reigns gets to the ropes. Reigns taunts Cesaro out of the ring. Reigns lands awkwardly on his shoulder. Reigns and Cesaro trade strikes. Reigns floors Cesaro with a back elbow. Reigns sends Cesaro's shoulder first into the ring post. Reigns works over Cesaro's in the corner. Cesaro tries to fire back. Reigns drops Cesaro to his knees after a stiff uppercut. Cesaro lands a few strikes. Roman Reigns responds with a Samoan drop. Cesaro kick out. Cesaro surprises Reigns with a European uppercut. Cesaro lands a multiple running uppercut. Cesaro gets a near fall after a big boot. Cesaro drops an elbow on Reigns' knee. Cesaro locks Reigns in the sharpshooter. Reigns gets to the ropes. Reigns rolls out of the ring. Cesaro hits a corkscrew splash. Reigns stumbles over the barricade. Cesaro hits a roaring European uppercut that launches Reigns into the barricade. Cesaro sends Reigns back into the ring. Cesaro gets another near fall after a top rope crossbody. Cesaro tries to set up a deadlift suplex, but Roman Reigns kicks him in the head. Reigns hangs Cesaro by his bad arm from the top turnbuckle. Reigns lands a drive-by that sends Cesaro into the ring post. Roman Reigns yanks at Cesaro's arm. Reigns hits multiple arm ringers. Reigns mocks Daniel Bryan as he does it. Cesaro kicks Reigns into the ropes. Reigns explodes off the ropes and lands a clothesline. Reigns and Cesaro trade strikes. Cesaro blasts Reigns with a disgust lariat with his bad arm. Cesaro can capitalize. Reigns and Cesaro trade strikes again. Cesaro goes nuts and beats Reigns down in the corner. Reigns rolls out to the apron. Cesaro finally deadlifts, suplex Reigns back into the ring. Reigns kicks out. Cesaro goes for the neutralizer. Reigns escapes and locks in an armbar. Cesaro escapes. Cesaro tries a springboard European uppercut, but Reigns counters with a Superman punch. Cesaro kicks out. Cesaro tries a Swiss death uppercut, but his arms give out. Reigns locks Cesaro in the guillotine. Cesaro breaks it with a spine buster. Cesaro runs down punches to Reigns before locking in a sharpshooter. Reigns almost gets to the ropes. Cesaro transitions into a crossface. Reigns escapes and ground and pounds Cesaro. Reigns hits a powerbomb. Cesaro kicks out again. Reigns gator rolls Cesaro into a guillotine. Cesaro tries another spinebuster to break the hold, but Reigns holds on. Cesaro almost breaks Reigns' grip, but his arm is too damaged. Cesaro passed out. The winner and still the Universal Champion, the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. This was a fantastic main event. It says after the match, Jay runs down to the ring and places a Samoan legs around Reigns' neck. Reigns tells Jay to get Cesaro. Jay super kicks Cesaro. Jay goes up top. Seth Rollins' music hits and he power walks to the ring. Rollins gets in Roman Reigns' face. Rollins laughs and attacks Cesaro. Rollins hits Cesaro with a chair. Rollins hits Cesaro in the arm with the chair. Rollins wraps a chair around Cesaro's arm and slams it into the ring post. And WWE Wrestlemania Backlash goes off the air. Overall, that main event match is up between the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns versus Cesaro for the Universal Championship. That main event match was fantastic. But overall, WWE Wrestlemania Backlash was a pretty good show. It was not a bad show. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Wrestlemania Backlash, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Comment down below what you guys think of WWE Wrestlemania Backlash. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on my WWE Raw review and highlights. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Stay safe, and always stay positive. Have a blessed night.